There was no more prominent figure in my life than somebody whose number was that exact number, 23652. Actually, there was a 0 at the end of it. 236520. But I don't, I do multiplications with decimals to remove the commas, because many commas start to kind of disallow us to see the progression of the numbers or see how they mesh together. And exactly 23652 days from the beginning of NORAD, thanks to our new contributor, to the Super Bowl date, exactly 777 months. Fallen angels could have put that in just to trip us up. I want us to also start to focus on leap year. The Dark Knight, leap year. July 18th, 2008. The Dark Knight Rises, leap year. 2012, July 20th, 2 days later, but on the next leap year. TV show, Quantum Leap. Trump's in it, right into cab. 2012, when the Lord started calling me out of the world. Others that I know of also, Mayan calendar. 2016, let's go to the next leap year. Trump elected president. Let's go to 2020. The next leap year, 2020, speaks for itself. Need I say more? Next leap year, a Donnie Darko annular solar eclipse, October 2nd. X across America on Donald Trump, or 48, or August 8th. I am no longer sweating anything happening anytime soon, though I'll be as ready as I'm ever going to be, even a year and a half from now, as I would be if it did happen tomorrow. Donald Trump. We've done this many times. Full reduction, 48. So yeah, English ordinal 138, but full reduction, 48. So NORAD, May 12th, 1958. 777 months. But if we were to run it to November 3rd, which is 2 days before the election, 23916, 6522, 78522, you got 22 coded, which we know is a gigantic murder code number. 22 seconds plus 8 minutes, 38 seconds, 838, 83, 38, murder. Make the perfect 9 minutes. Number 9. Everything's about that number 9. So the eclipse on 10-2 could go down on October 2nd, rise on the 4th. But I would also be looking at November 3rd, which is 33. The election is on 11/5. If he were to go down right before the election, come on, people. This, you talk about the chaos in the streets. Let's run that famous date in January. What year was that? Yeah, it was 2021. Yeah. And you're going to run that by 2024. Let's just say 11/5, the election day. 1399. If you include both dates, you get the perfect 14. 310 to Yuma, 3 tiers, 3 years, 10 months. In the seconds, 2096. 2096 is Eve. You get 2016 in the minutes. 3:36 in the hours. 33 fused with 36, triangular number of 666. Exactly 200 weeks. Look at the murder code of 383.56 of a common year. Rioting to rioting at the CAPITOL or TAL. I can't remember. I'm a horrible speller, thanks to a lot of marijuana. Started smoking when I was 14. Yeah, I'm just not very smart, as I've told y'all many times. Not a bright person. Look at that. That is crazy. All of this is. Go back to Trump's escalator ride, the descent, which I told you were my biggest ciphers. June 16th, 2015, Trump escalator. Yeah, June 16th, 2015. June 2015, June 16th. 3062-8418. Nothing really big there. What's my other big one? That's Trump going down symbology. That is 362, I will say. My number is 82362. Go to when Trump visits the Pope on a Wednesday, 2017. Oh, it's May 24th, isn't it? Yeah. May 24th, 2017, the other big one. I told you those in my opinion are the two biggest ciphers you got. Because you're talking about rebirth and you're with the Pope, who's potentially the false prophet. Or represents the false prophet character, as the presidents of the United States represent the Antichrist character. I was thinking that they represented the Antichrist, but now I wonder if they rep the false prophet. And the presidents all rep Trump, and the popes all rep the false prophet. Because you do have two. It's not like we can just 100% be looking for an Antichrist. And it's not that the false prophet doesn't get a deadly wound, so we don't focus on the false prophet. We focus on, if I had to know one, I'd want to know who the Antichrist is, so when they got a deadly wound, I would know the book of Revelation is open in that day or in 2 days. So let's run this to the potential rising day, the till Tuesday of 11/5, which is election day, 2722, 7512, 8912, 388 weeks and 6 days. That's the big one right there, the weeks and days. 388 weeks, 6 days. It's always someplace where there's a big number in there. So this stuff is gigantica. I need to go ahead on and make a new playlist. I need to put that last video on a Super Bowl to Valentine's playlist. Yes, sure, of course. But I need to create a new playlist. And this one's going to be on here until they remove me, shut down our internet, or we pass this date, which I think, and the name of it, what are we going to call it? Trump leap year election year event in capital letters. This playlist is going to be on here for at least a year and a half. Am I going to last that long? Doubtful. Hey, it's 121, y'all. Now, Trump could go down today. Second wife and I have this cipher built in to our number, our combined number times the year, which has an extreme mathematical anomaly of every 16 years having middle numbers rotating. It was 16 years of 627, 127. This goes on to infinity. This year it begins 628, 128. Next year is the 128. What numbers are built into next year? Well, I'll tell you this, 0872. Again, what are my numbers? 2 times 24 times 27 times 38 times 42 times 45. 0872. You got a 3078, which is my stepdaughter's number, divides evenly by 37, equals 3078. You get September 30th. What if he goes down on September 30th? You have September 29th built in right there, 7209. Is that the eve? Because that marriage was the eve on the other side. All that's left is 2128. You do have a 212 in there, don't you? We're coming up on our 212 for this year. I just saw 815. 815. I know what that was. That was 8155. Forget about it. Let's move on to what else? Yeah. This is very extraordinary. The October 2nd date, my second wife's number for I'm days old is 18236. And my number is 82362. I'm 22733. Mayday 14033. Stepdaughter is 9328. Days old. Trump is 28234. That 823 is big in there, isn't it? Trump would rise on 8236. Remember, 8 is a triangular number of 36, and 36 is a triangular number of 666. And Trump on the 4th, on the potential rising day, going down the 2nd. But look at the 30th. That's, Trump's 8. 28232. She's 18234. Stepdaughter 9326. I'm 22731. It's very interesting to start looking ahead like this. You want to know where the moons are, you're probably saying. But Trey, where are the moons? Well, I'm super glad you asked. October 2nd is a new moon. Oh, that's right. New moon solar eclipse. We already knew it was a solar eclipse. Duh. So you did get your waning crescent on the 30th, which goes back to our waning crescent that we're looking at right now between the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, including both dates. It is a new moon in Libra. And this is getting all into your harvest moon time. But it's also, what's that Bible verse? Oh, it was in tonight's Bible study. That's why it popped in my head. Duh. Yeah, it was in my Friday Bible study. Daniel chapter 5, King James Version, Bible Gateway. Y'all ready for this? God have numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Thou art weighed in the balances. That's what they're saying to us. And art found wanting. Can you imagine that new moon in Libra? Because the full moon is in Aries on October 17th. That was the date of the football game between Gotham and the Seattle Seahawks, or Pittsburgh and the Seattle Seahawks. Replicating, we know what it's replicating. Dark Knight Rises. This is a very, I mean, what if he goes down on October 15th and rises on the October 17th full moon? Dark Knight Rises. He would go down on a Pisces moon or Aries moon. Looks more like Pisces because goes into Aries at 4:34 p.m., which that is 1634. At 4 o'clock, the full moon does switch to Taurus. So we know the full moon is at 7:26 a.m. IPEC goat 727 in length. All these things we have to look at. This is just giganticus. It's big. This is big stuff, man. I don't care how you slice it. The November 3rd potential date, the moon is in Sag, starting at 1:20 a.m. on that Sunday. He would rise on November 5th as the goat with the Capricorn moon, the goat. So I love the NORAD 777 months at the Super Bowl, but they could just be coded. These are breadcrumbs fallen angels throw out at us because they know who us are. They can see the future, and they knew what we would be falling for. Only the Holy Spirit can give us the truth and any discernment. Keep your eyes on every bit of this stuff. I am telling you, telling you, telling you. If you want to look at, I do get into the book of Revelation on March 2nd. That's when we, as a Bible study, open the book of Revelation. Does God open the book of Revelation then? And then later on down the road, Trump could go down now at the Super Bowl, like we're all thinking, or at the time of the Super Bowl or Valentine's, and you could have World War III. You could have the 4 horses for a solid year and a half. And these other ciphers are all pointing to the potential abomination of death. Well, then the subsequent abomination of desolation. Once he goes down, well, potential applies. Then we're looking for the potential dates. Will we have an internet up and running? No, not during the 4 horses. We won't. And it's not like YouTube will be back up after World War III, right before the abomination of desolation. You can bet that won't be happening. You can sure bet that won't be happening. All right. Comments. Saw some Christian comments. Got a couple here. Let's check them out. Hello, Trey. Just came across some interesting info. Operation Crimson Mist. Medusa, her weapon of choice is a bow. Ah. So now we know why we got Medusa. The actual mind control experiments began with the using of microwave radiation is actually being used under the United States project called Operation Crimson Mist. It has to do with behavior augmentation, think venom, hive, mind control, crowd control. The thing that caught my ear beyond all the interesting info presented in the video is how it seems to possibly tie into everything we're talking about and expecting to happen. Economic crash with directed anger, superhuman strength. She said at one point in the video the technology was activated, the people being affected, their eyes glazed over, made me think of Medusa. Eyes glazed over, ties into Medusa. Maybe the technology is Medusa going to turn people to stone. Super Bowl 57, as the 5-7 tech are going, that day, maybe the event, you look at YouTube video at 21:24. The length titled Operation Crimson Mist. What is the YouTube site? What's the name of? Yeah, if you want me to watch a video, I tell you what, give me title of video and complete title of YouTube site, and I'll run a check on it immediately for us. Now I'm going to run the title right now, hoping it gives us something. Seeing it doesn't, that's why I have to that's why we need both. And I appreciate you throwing it to us, but I can't look it up without the title. Let me pause and skim through this again and see if I can find it. I don't see it, but I know what the iron and clay is all about, the technology is all about, is carrying the demonic entities throughout the earth and entering into all goats when they worship the image of the beast. Just like through the Ouija board, little Reagan became possessed in The Exorcist, or in the movie Venom. I can't remember how they got possessed, but the body was used as an avatar, just like Reagan's body was. That's what possession is. The body is now, they now have the steering wheel over the human body, mingling themselves with the seed of man. They've overtaken the body and using it as an avatar. So I feel like everything else is a psyop, but I would like to watch the video just to make sure. So, try to hook me up with that, man. I would love it. Clash of the Titans, Medusa turning soldier to stone, bow and arrow, fighting Titan 80s. In that scene, Medusa first shoots the soldier with arrow, the V, with her eyes aglow, activating her gaze. Then her eyes glow green, activating her gaze. When the soldier looks back, he turns to stone. Again, reminds me of Ott's wife turning, yep, they copy everything out of the Bible. Also in that Clash of the Titans scene, you notice his shield has the eagle on it at the very beginning. Hey, give me the title, give me the YouTube site name and title of video, and I will find anything you send our way, man. Be glad to. All right, love y'all, and love you, Christian.